world. Alex Burns decides to show up. For those of you who are listening, welcome to the next live stream of the Nickel City Soundtrack podcast. We are hanging with Hold Out, which is a band that I joined a couple of years ago now. Or it seems like it's a couple of years. It's like a year and a half ago or something that I joined this band. So we're talking to these guys because
you gotta subtract.
Why not?
For
what was that?
The COVID, you gotta subtract a year. You know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So I'm gonna let Alex in. Nice to join us, Alex Byrne.
My Wi-Fi was being stupid. I'm sorry.
What was that? Your Wi-Fi was being stupid.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal was, but I fixed it.
All right. I gotta turn off the other. So you guys introduce yourselves. I'm Mark. Jared, Alex.
I'm Alex.
My name's Alex.
And you other holdout people, tell me who you are and what you do in the band.
Well, I'm Nick. I play guitar. Yeah, that's me, man. Nick Lavina.
Okay. What is that noise?
That is a plane. I live right beside the airport.
Okay. Mute that stuff, man.
Sorry, man. Where's the mute button? All right, I got it. All right.
So if you hear something loud, mute that stuff. Who else we got? Come on, Ty. Let's do this.
I'm Ty. I play bass.
And other Alex?
I'm Alex. I play drums.
Yeah. Do you?
On Thursday nights I do.
So, Alex, why were you late? Alex Byrne.
I just told you my Wi-Fi. Like I turned on my laptop, I pulled up my email to try to get the link, and it was just not loading anything.
Yeah.
So it goes, man.
That's sad to hear. So let's talk a little bit about Hold Out. I didn't join the band until you guys were already a band. So tell me about how the band kind of came together.
Ty, 1 sec, because my daughter just woke up. What's up?
Okay.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
I don't know. On Point kind of collapsed on itself, and I reached out to Alex because I missed him, and he can play drums, and there are only like 5 people in the city who play drums.
Yeah.
I got afraid over him. I wined him and dined him a little bit and got him to agree to play drums again.
Well, it goes way before that. It was like Source of Relapse, and then it all evolved. I think in the very beginning, right? Place a little ad in. What did I place that in?
Craigslist.
I'm like, hey, dude, I played drums. I like Sick of It All and Bad Brains. And Ty's like, hey, what's up?
That's how it started.
Yeah, we did Source of Relapse for a couple years, right? And then
3, 5, something like that.
What time frame was Source of Relapse?
And then we did On Point after that for 6.
What years were Source of Relapse?
Yeah, Alex, come on, man.
It was probably 2010, right?
2010, 09, 10.
Yeah.
I
like that.
Maybe 2013, 2014 or so.
Yeah.
And then we started On Point with Kahari for about a year. And then I had to scooch. I had to take a little break. And then I sit around, I texted Ty and I'm like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, nothing. You want to play drums? I was like, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. How did Nick show up in this thing?
By accident. He's Canadian.
I booked On Point at a show that maybe 5 people came to because I just moved to Buffalo. I booked my friends from Toronto, Cold Shoulder. I booked them a show. I was like, local band. And On Point was like the only one that was like, yeah, we'll play. So I met those guys. And not too long later, like Ty and I had been talking and we started playing around with some other people. And it just sort of came down to that. That was because On Point broke up. And we ended up playing and
Was that Cold Shoulder show in Buffalo?
It was at place Sugar City.
When was that? Why do I not know about this show?
Because, dude, I moved here like a year earlier.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe I'll just like promote this on the Buffalo Hardcore page, and that's it. I mean, I have gone to like a very small handful of shows here because I moved here to be a dad. So I don't know. Didn't know anyone, but I figured I'd help my boys out.
Where'd you move from?
Brampton, Ontario, Canada, which is just west of Toronto.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Were you in any bands in Toronto or in that area?
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I've been in bands since I don't know. I was a kid. Yeah.
How old are you now? How old are you now?
Well, I'm still a kid. I'm 29. Yeah, I'm 29. So I'm much younger than you guys, right? Yeah.
Yes, you are.
No offense.
I thought you were much older when I met you. It's because you were hanging around with these guys.
Right. Yeah. Well, I sort of like met Ty, so I started playing with Ty, and that's just sort of how I fell into to this band, and I don't care. Age is a number. Yeah.
Alex, you were in On Point?
I was, yeah. And then for about, how long was Kahari around? About a year and a half?
Because I think when I
first recording.
Yeah.
When I booked On Point at that show that I did at Sugar City, you weren't in it.
I was not, no.
What happened there?
I don't know. When you get old like me in your 40s, late 40s, and you're dragging drums up and down stairs at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know. I think I just needed to. I know. Jimmy left the band, and then I don't know. There's just like a weird break, and I just needed like to regroup and get my head together and refresh, and then I just about every 10 years I do that. I just need to like take a break because I feel like I've been playing drums since I was 14 years old, and some band, not that I don't love doing it, just everyone, kids, every once in a while you just gotta like take a little break,
So what you're saying is you're gonna take a break from this band soon.
Yeah, on Thursday I was gonna.
10 years, man.
Yeah, on Thursday I was gonna. No, because COVID, it's just like no. So Ty and I have been playing together for so long, and there was like a shift in the band, and I don't know. I just felt like it was just kind of okay just to take a step back, and Ty and I had a good relationship and still do, and it was just an easy open communication, and then and then they crushed it. They kept on rolling. They got who was playing drums for you guys?
Jim,
yeah, and then you were playing,
Rod Ops.
Yeah, and then you were playing guitar, and then and then
Casey Jones picked up bass.
Yeah, picked up bass, and those guys are crushing it. I mean, they're playing shows constantly, and and it was perfect timing. Wouldn't say, Ty? Just when I started getting the itch again, I texted you, and you're like, "Yep, let's go."
Yeah, we had just stopped like 6 months earlier.
Yeah.
So we gotta separate the Alexes. So how do we separate the Alexes here? I'll call Alex Burn, and I'll call Alex.
Right.
How about that?
Well, he did log into this. He did log into this first. So
Yeah.
Okay. So from talking to you, you grew up in Buffalo, and then you moved away?
Who, me?
Yeah, you Alex. You're the Alex in this.
Yeah.
nobody wants to know about me. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So I we moved out of Buffalo in like 80, and I moved to Atlanta for like 10 years. And so I was in when I was in 7th grade, or I moved to St. Louis in 8th grade.
Yeah.
And in 6th and 7th, that was my beginning of like, you know, one of my good friends had like a punk rock sister, and he just had like great albums. And I moved to St. Louis, and my best friend, my great friend, still friends today, his brother was like 5 or 6 years older than us, and he was that guy, kind of like you, Mark, who just took pictures at every show. So he's got books of like Fangs, 7 Seconds Back. I mean, I'm talking from like the 80s in St. Louis, like great show. So he just has awesome pictures. So it was really like when I got to St. Louis, I was in 8th grade in like 80, 88, 87, 88. I started, you know, we started really crushing his albums when, you know, he didn't want us touching his albums. So when he would go to work, he'd sit there and just go through all his albums.
Yeah.
And then he took us to like our first show. The first like 2, it was like a social distortion, and then it was Bad Brains in '89. It was like my first like introduction to like everything. And so it was really like those years for me with St. Louis, and then I moved back to. I've been married like almost 19 years. So I moved back 19 years ago. That's when I came back to Buffalo.
Okay.
Yeah.
What brought you back here anyway?
Little 5'5" little blonde girl.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Getting married. I was living in Baltimore at the time, and
yeah,
I was just living in the city, and I was in like kind of a crazy band, and I needed to like just again get my head together and go away. So it was the right thing to move back. And actually, you know what's funny, Derek? I was thinking the first time I met you guys is when I was selling food. And Derek was at the hardware store, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hey, bro, I really like your Sycamore shirt," you know. And I didn't know you. I didn't know.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Yeah.
I didn't know anything, so I was just chatting up Derek about music, and you know, and it's funny because that was a while ago. That was.
Yeah, don't ask me how long ago that was. It was
a long time ago. I mean, that was 08, around 09. It was a long time ago. So. Yeah.
All right.
That's funny.
How long have you been playing drums in bands?
I bought my first drum kit for my pothead friend Doug Rochelle for like $90, and I remember I didn't tell my parents, so I brought it over to my friend's house. And I was so pumped. I didn't know how to play or anything, but I used the snare was broken, so I used like the tom small one for like the snare because I just wanted to play really fast.
Yeah.
And so it was probably like I was probably 14, 15 years old. So I was in a band all in high school, and you know, punk rock band, and then it was when I actually graduated high school. I was like 17 or 18. I actually started taking like jazz drum lessons because I actually wanted to learn how to play the right way and not sloppy. So I took lessons for a while, and I kind of corrected all my mistakes that I was making. So I mean, I'm 47 now, so I don't know, since I was at least 15 when I started really playing. So
when's your birthday?
In February.
So that means I'm older than you then.
Oh yeah, we just when's your birthday? Aren't you like a month older?
January, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You're the old man of the band. Yes.
Yeah, I'm ancient.
Yep.
He's not listening, but today is my brother's birthday, so I'm gonna wish my brother Roger a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Roger.
Even though I did earlier. He's 49 today, so
oh wow, nice.
He's pushing 50.
I'm more of a Gordon guy.
Oh really?
I've just never met Roger.
You've met Roger, haven't you?
No, I'm pretty sure I haven't. If I have, it was very brief.
I'm pretty sure I met Roger.
You met Roger?
At the show you did that we played.
No, that was Gordon.
Yeah. Oh, that was Gordon?
That Gordon came to the show, yeah. Yeah, Roger didn't come to that show. He was in New York or something.
I guess I'm a Gordon guy too.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if Roger put in any effort with Derek and me, then
wow. Anyway, let's go to Ty. Let's talk about Ty's history. So, Ty, when did you start playing in bands?
Shit. I was like 11 when I got my first guitar.
Yeah.
Because I used to like, there was an acoustic around the house that I used to bang on, and then I tried like nailing strings to boards and banging on those.
Yeah.
And like my parents just got sick of it. I got a guitar from Jackson Music, and the truss rod was broken, so it would never stay in intonation.
Mm-hmm.
And I played with that for a long time, not knowing a damn thing. And that, yeah. So I was like 11. So was that 86, 87?
Yeah.
Somewhere in there, I guess.
You're born in 75?
Yeah.
What's all that noise? Who's making all that noise? Who is that?
It's Nick.
Is it Nick? All right, keep going, Ty.
Yeah. After that, I just, hung out with friends and made a lot of really terrible noise for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was it. I just made a lot of really bad noise for a long, long time. I don't think I started making anything that sounded good until I was like 30.
Oh yeah. What
Yeah.
band was that?
GLG 20, I think.
You say GOV 20?
GLG 20.
Would I have seen that band?
Maybe. I don't know. God, I hope not.
Like who'd you guys who'd you guys like play with? Like what type of shows did you guys play?
Really bad punk shows.
Yeah.
Like God. I don't know, man. I don't even know anymore. I'm not like you guys. I can't remember things. I barely remember what I had for dinner last week.
Most people don't remember anything. To tell you the truth, it's tough.
I feel bad. Like I talk to Jeffers and he knows everything. Or I talk, like you said, Jeremy Smith.
He certainly thinks
everything.
He does.
Yeah.
They know all this stuff, and I can't tell you anything. I saw these bands at this place, but I wasn't paying a whole hell of a lot of attention.
Yeah.
So maybe I was there, maybe I wasn't.
Yeah.
Like it's just I went through a lot of stuff.
Fair enough. All right. So bands I would have heard of that you were in, like Source of Relapse, On Point, anything before that?
No.
Okay.
No, I can't think of anything.
Okay.
First time I seen you play in a band was probably Source of Relapse. I don't remember seeing you in anything before that.
I don't think I did much out before that. I really don't. Like
Right.
little shows for like with friends in houses. Dumb shit when Discovery was still open. We made a lot of noise upstairs at Discovery. But that was forever ago. Hell, that was like 95, 96.
Yeah.
94.
That is a long time ago.
I mean, we used to try having bands and putting gear upstairs there all the time before Earl started having shows upstairs.
So you're practicing upstairs before they even had shows at Discovery?
Yeah. We used like Earl had a Marshall that he kept around. We used that upstairs. I got my hands on an Ampeg head. I don't like a tube head, and we hooked it to like any speaker we could find, like house speakers. It didn't matter. We got smoke out of a couple of them.
Yeah.
It was just way too much. Jesus, I don't even. Most of us didn't have a clue what we were doing. You know, and it was like Earl, Bob, Thompson, like just trying to make noise.
Yeah.
We're all dumb kids.
Yeah. So there's Chris Wyatt's here. Hello, Chris.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. How you doing?
No, I'm going.
You sound kind of quiet.
No, just my stupid forgetting passwords, and this stream thing doesn't work. It only works on certain, like it works on Chrome, not Safari. Blah blah blah.
First world problems, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Podcast probs.
So where are we at here? What's happening?
We talked to these guys about the beginnings of their band. We talked to Alex and Ty about their kind of musical history. We're getting to Nick about his musical history. He's muted right now, so we're gonna get to Nick, the Canadian, and talk to him about what he's got going on. Nick, let's do this. Come on, unmute yourself. Hello, Nick. Dude, your internet's like screwy. Are you talking? You're like,
He's doing it purposely, probably.
what you gotta switch up your Wi-Fi or something.
I'm thinking it's maybe because I don't have the headphones set up thing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I was thinking I'm a tour guide. Yeah.
Off to Canada he goes.
Nick went away. Hopefully
So,
he'll
Mark,
come back.
what about you?
What about me?
I mean, walk us through your history.
I've got no history, man.
Yeah, what's the evolution of Mark?
It's all about these guys.
Well,
There's a mistake.
you are those guys. You are the outsider this time.
Well, these guys had the band, and then I joined the band.
How did you come about joining the band? How did that happen?
Kevin Zarbo, we would say. So tell us about you had an old singer who I interviewed on my other podcast, who I didn't know was in your band when I interviewed him.
That's not awkward.
Well, you didn't know that?
No, I had no idea. You got to talk about Johnny, and I didn't know it was that Johnny.
I probably know the most about Johnny because right when he got into the band, he became my roommate, and we lived together for a year, 2 years. I can't remember. But yeah, Johnny's cool. He was from Hudson Valley. He joined the band after we had some issues.
Yeah.
With our former vocalist, and
Was there a
I
vocalist
guess
for
it just
Johnny?
wasn't working out.
Kahari was first.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Is,
And then Kahari went to deal with
is a really good artist.
things going on in his
Artist.
life. Things got really heavy for him, and he had to bow out. And we were just kind of, running around. And Johnny was around, saw him at all the shows, and we, can you yell? If you can yell, cool, it'll work.
I think Nick is frozen.
Yeah,
But for people who don't
yeah,
know,
it was actually Kahari.
you gotta correct this, Nick.
Use your phone.
Yeah, use your phone. That'll be better. So I didn't know Kari
That's
was
an option?
So
Yeah.
is Kari? So when we interviewed what's the name of the other band that we interviewed the other night?
Pinned.
Pinned.
Pinned, yeah.
So we interviewed Pinned, and like I said, Kari. I think Julie said Kahari. And did Nick say something else?
They were jokingly
But I-
saying Carrie
I
as
was-
well.
I was
Okay.
going to say, I feel like Julie and Nick were kidding, but I remember when you had Kari on your episode, when you did that, I listened to that episode on HMNI, and he was talking about how a certain type of people always say his name wrong. And then I messaged you to ask because his spelling, he pronounces it Kari.
Yeah.
But my old stepbrother pronounced it Kari. And it was the same spelling.
Yeah.
And I guess there really isn't much of a difference in sound, but there's enough.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't really know where I'm going with that. I'm just saying.
Wait, so do I pronounce it wrong?
I don't know. We gotta get Kari on here.
I pronounce the H.
I don't know. For the
say like Kahar or Kari.
I say Kahari.
Yeah, that's what Julie was saying too. So, it's like it was just an interesting thing to me that he was like, everyone says my name wrong, but even those close to him don't seem to know what the correct pronunciation of his name is.
In fairness,
I could swear
tried to learn this on Wednesday.
Well,
but I'm saying even before this.
So.
Okay. Hopefully, it was nothing serious.
He was in the emergency room on Wednesday night, so that's why he wasn't able to join us. So
unfortunate.
I think he's getting better though, so it's all good.
I would hope.
Yeah. So anyway, I was getting back. I think Nick is gone, so hopefully he'll correct that. So Johnny, for people who don't know, he is an artist who's been doing a lot of artwork for bands. What's his Instagram? J Ruggs Designs.
Yeah.
Like JRUGGZ Designs. Yeah, he's been doing a lot of artwork for different bands, and I think he's been doing pretty well with it actually.
He definitely has his own style. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very distinct. It's pretty cool.
He's got a following. Like a lot of people come to him for designs now. He's doing really well.
Definitely.
He's a good guy.
I think I was listening to Axe to Grind, and I think that Patrick Kindlin actually bought some artwork from him, so that's pretty cool. If that name means anything to people, so that's awesome. Are you good now, Nick?
I hope so. I rebooted the computer. I hope that does it.
You sound great.
This thing has no RAM, so yeah.
What do you use, a VIC 20 or a Commodore 64?
No, it's a Chromebook. I just bought it. I mean, you don't need no one uses a freaking. I don't know. Maybe you guys do, but I don't use a computer for anything anymore. So
I use
a computer for everything.
Yeah,
I've got
now than 2 years ago.
I've got a TRS 80. Texas Instruments, baby.
Yeah, I miss my Texas Instruments.
So anyway, it's a Nick.
So Nick, we didn't actually catch anything that you were saying because your voice was a robot.
Cool, because you sort of became robots too, so I didn't know how you were responding. What were we talking about, Johnny? There?
Yeah, we talked about Johnny and his artwork and how he's doing artwork for bands and stuff. So
yeah, that's really all I was gonna say. He's been killing it with that, and yeah, that's sort of what happened to Johnny. I gotta go pay him a visit soon, but Johnny's a good pal.
Yeah. You guys don't live together anymore?
No. So I moved in December, so I lived with him up until 6 months ago. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's get into your history.
All right. Well, I moved here 6 years ago. Before that I lived in Canada my whole life, but I knocked up an American, so that brought me here. And as far as bands go, I've been playing guitar continuously since I was in grade 7, and I'm a lot younger than you guys. I'm trying to figure out when grade 7 was for me, but it was probably it was a little less than 20 years ago, right? So
isn't it age 13 or 14, grade 7?
Yeah, and I was born in 91, so 2004, 2005, yeah.
You're so young.
Yeah, I'm quite young. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I was born 74.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. I know, I heard Alex earlier, he's like, oh, I moved to Atlanta in 80, and I'm like, man, I wasn't even a thought,
Had
So
your
what
parents
band-
even either of them even had sex by 1980? Like not even a
Leave it to
thought. Like you're not
Chris.
even like not even a sex thought. You know? Like, yeah, leave it to me.
Yeah.
Like I got to bring the wild.
Yeah. No shit.
Yeah.
No kidding.
So bands that you that you may have been in that we may have heard of any bands that you were in or seen them?
I mean, I was in a band called Knuckle Dragger, who we literally copped the same name as some band from I think they were from upstate New York somewhere.
Oh, really?
But we were not that Knuckle Dragger. All right, we were one from back home. And I was in a band called After All. It was more like a melodic hardcore band. I was back home. Back in the day, like my first big band where we really like started playing shows and stuff, we were called Camden Ripper. And that's actually a reference to Jack the Ripper. But we were like, it was, you know, I was in like grade 9 or 10, so it was early high school, and deathcore was super cool. I was in like a deathcore band back then, and that's what really sort of got me into everything, you know. But
I have a question as the old guy.
Yeah.
What is
Sure.
deathcore?
So it's
What
death
is
metal
deathcore?
mixed with hardcore, right? You know, you got like really evilly kind of demonic riffage, and then you know, some hardcore drums, basically, and breakdowns and stuff like that.
So who's a deathcore band we may have heard of?
Well, the original one, like I don't even really listen to deathcore anymore, but the original one was a band called Elysia or Elijah, however you want to pronounce it, out of like Sacramento, back around that time, like 2010, 2012, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, that was like the original one. I don't know. What are bands? Like, I don't even know the modern ones, man. But yeah, it's some pretty metal, like with breakdowns kind of stuff. I feel like it's
Alicia
where
Keys?
the whole Zen
Alicia Keys, like that kind of music?
came out of.
I don't think so.
No.
Sorry.
God, that was such a dad joke.
Well, I looked up Alicia and like Alicia Keys was, like came up. So
I think it's ELYSIA, like or something like that. I think it begins with
that sounds more familiar.
No.
He gone again.
Nick's done again.
Get some RAM, Nick.
Oh,
You wouldn't expect the tiny baby child in this live stream to be the one having all the technical problems.
Having the
Right.
smoky issues.
Right, like how are you old manning? And you've only been out of school for like 10 years. How is this possible?
He's getting
We'll
all
have to
smoky
send
on us.
Smokey over to do some lessons.
Right? Like, oh,
He's smoking us. He's frozen, right? He's gone.
he's
I think he's
gone.
definitely frozen or something.
Anyway, so where were we?
So how you guys, did you
Right,
already cover
next.
this? How have you been practicing during the pandemic?
We did not.
Yeah.
Nick,
Kick him
stop
out.
talking. I think when the pandemic hit, we were talking about when Zarbo like kind of put this. When we say Kevin Zarbo is the reason why I kind of joined the band.
Zarbo's the reason.
Can you say that? Sure, why not? Why wouldn't you be able to say
I
that?
want Ty to corroborate that.
Oh,
Is Ty frozen?
Oh yeah, no. Kevin definitely. I went to Kevin because I needed any help I could get, you know. And Kevin tossed your name out and was like, "Yo, hit Mark up. He's around and he's got nothing going on at the moment."
Mm-hmm.
And that's just what I did.
I was a complete loser back then.
Right. I mean, God, a year and a half ago, you were such a loser.
now I'm the top of the pops now.
Yeah.
yep, fresh out of Black X. Now you're like king of the scene.
Should I bring Nick back in? Or should we just scrap
Is it
Nick?
worth it? He's gonna go all Max Headroom again.
Oh wait, you can change
It's on his phone
locations.
now,
Maybe
we're
it'll be
good.
better.
Are you on your
Okay,
phone?
I'm on my phone. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it working?
Yeah, it seems like it's working.
Yes.
I
What's
literally
the
like
return policy like on that computer?
no kidding, right? I told you I just got it, right? Fucking thing.
Return it.
Get some
Yeah.
RAM in there. You'll be a lot better off.
Yeah, no, you're right. But
I can
I
help
don't
you
use
with
it.
that.
you know,
Delaware camera sells RAM.
Is it a gateway? What do you got, a gateway over there?
no, it's a Samsung.
Dude, you're getting a Dell.
I'm not getting a fucking Dell. I tell you that right now. Yeah.
Fair enough. So yeah, so I joined the band, and that was like late 2019, and then we practiced for a little bit. We were supposed to play a show. I was unprepared for it, so we didn't play.
Wow. How are you unprepared?
Dude, I have such a hard. had such a hard time like putting lyrics to music, because these guys like already had like 4 songs set and recorded, and I just like time is just weird for me, like sitting down and writing lyrics and stuff.
Dude, just grapes and watermelon until you have to record. That's all you got to do.
Grapes and watermelon? What?
Yeah, you just like mouth grapes and watermelon in different combinations until you have to record. Nobody knows what you're saying.
Is that a thing?
I mean,
Some people it is.
Rick to Life does it.
Yeah, man. The first 2 months I was in Mother Birth, I had no lyrics.
Jeff
Yeah.
Perlin forgot the words to one of Breakdown's songs while they were recording Blacklisted.
Yeah.
And he went into the studio and he literally just said, "Baba dabba deep ba deep ba deep bow. All I want to do is get the hell out."
Yeah.
I'm 100% serious. I read it in an interview in a zine and I listened to it and it was just like, holy shit. So just do whatever. Who cares?
I want lyrics to
Perlin
mean
can do it,
something,
it's good
though.
enough for you.
I need lyrics to mean something, though. I'm writing poetry here.
Just lift
Changing lives.
different Ice-T lyrics and put them together in a different order. No one will know, and it'll still mean something.
I ripped off so many lyrics, like writing songs, like the last few years. Like I have ripped off lyrics like all over the place, because that's what you do. You hear what you hear, and then you throw it in there somewhere. You know, that's what you do.
Yeah.
I use news articles.
News articles.
Yeah, I for a little while I was writing like shit down.
Yeah.
I was literally like just screaming word for word news articles.
Yeah.
It worked for me. It made sense at the moment.
I'm in the car listening to like the instrumental versions of the songs. And I'm like, oh, this will work. And then by the time I get out of the car, I forgot what I was gonna say.
That's why you gotta like have
time.
record, like play it through your like whatever it is you have going on in your car, but have your phone on record so you can say what it is.
Yeah.
In the part or something like.
Yeah.
Because you always have the best ideas at the wrong time.
Yeah, I've definitely recommitted to writing stuff, so I'm gonna be moving at a faster pace now. So hopefully everything is good and we can get these vocals recorded and all that good stuff. Because we have 4 songs recorded, real recordings. We just need vocals to them. So
Well, let's go into the recording a little bit. Where'd you guys record at?
We were at Watchmen. It was like November 2019. I think we did those 4 songs.
yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, Mark.
Yeah. Where do you guys?
Is that just music? Is that just music, or is that the stuff that you did that had Johnny singing on it that
No,
you're gonna
no.
redo? Or
This was
This was after the stuff with Johnny. Yes,
Yeah.
there's more material after the stuff with Johnny, and that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. Where do you guys record?
What's that?
Where do you guys record?
Our last record was done at GCR. I think everything before that was done with Nate Borman.
Everybody's going to GCR these days. Like Pinned went to GCR. It's like the hot spot in Buffalo, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wonder how Doug feels about that.
Doug White, watch out.
Well, Doug does good work too.
Definitely.
He does. Yeah.
Really good work.
as long as you know what you want, you will walk out with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, that is exactly how Doug operates too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
So
good at what he
yeah,
does.
so they recorded those songs in November of 2019. Then like COVID hit, March of 20, and yeah, and we really had. I went to a couple of practices like sometime like 6 months ago, and I came back to practice like last week or 2 weeks ago. I came back to practice because I'm vaccinated and all that good stuff. So,
Were you guys
Everyone
practicing without Mark?
And I was so excited. I played extra fast, like too fast. I was just so pumped.
He was too.
what?
Alex was playing like double time for a couple of songs.
I was just so excited to have vocals.
Alex was playing very fast and very hard, like
Talking about
all
on
day.
Thursday?
After you left, Mark, he was just like still flying. He's like,
It was
"Oh,
winged.
I love how Mark sounds. It's so good."
Yeah, because I did vocals for the first time in forever, like on Thursday, this past Thursday.
Yeah.
But you said you don't have any songs written, so what were you saying?
No, I do. I do, and my vocal cords are worse for the wear now. But it was cool, I gotta do it regularly though.
Man.
Yeah, I found that like from when I was in Black X, you have to keep like it's like a muscle. You got to keep like doing it to get used to it, I guess. So I got to keep yelling at practice, I guess, or going bop bop dee da bop bop.
Yeah,
but when they yell or something. So hopefully I'll get ready and we'll record those songs or play a show or something.
Hell yeah.
Get shit going.
Do both.
Set it up, jump on that park show wherever it is. Just show up, just be like, we're playing. This is how it is.
We're old and we're playing.
This shit's illegal. We're illegal. Shit's happening. We're playing. Go.
It's not illegal though. I mean, everyone's being all weird about it, but everyone's telling
Let
me
me have my
when-
fantasy.
Everybody's like pretty much saying when like it's a public event. So if someone wanted to find out where that show was, they could easily find out. I wouldn't call it illegal, but whatever. It's a show.
Yeah, whatever.
It's cool. I think there'll be a lot of people there. Unlike most shows, I think it'll be pretty well attended. So we'll see what happens.
I imagine there's going to be a lot of people there, much like every show that's been happening, because people are so starved for shows, they almost don't care who's playing.
Yeah, who played that LA show?
Section Hate, Dead City, Drain. Not that first one. Drain played like the last one. Somebody else, like two others that I can't think of. But Section Hate and Dead City have played a couple of them.
Yeah. Did you guys see the video from that show, the LA show?
Yeah, I did. It was pretty.
It's pretty crazy. It was like Mad Max.
It's straight Mad Max shit.
Yeah, it was like fires. Let me see if I can find it on YouTube or something.
There's if you can find him on Instagram, there's definitely a kid who looked like he lit up either like a spray paint can or a like hairspray can or something, but he's definitely dancing around the pit with this like can flamethrower. Like it was wild.
Yeah.
And like wherever they did the first or second one, it was under where at least two highways crossed over, because there were people on the highway looking down watching it.
Yeah.
And there's just like a ton of people and like fire and fireworks and like
Hold on a second.
general mayhem.
Let me see if I can share the screen here. Let's see here. I wish I could. This guy's got like a. This person like took a shitty cell phone video. But this is like, yeah.
Shoot this on a razor.
This is crazy though. This is like ridiculous. What's going on here?
Yeah,
Is that like a helicopter?
Yeah, that's when the helicopter came, and then they started shooting fireworks at the helicopters.
Kids are crazy, man.
I mean, that whole thing, it's like, I said like early on, not on any podcast or anything, but just amongst friends, that for hardcore to come back, it was going to have to be like the rave scene in the 80s and 90s, where you just did it, and you had to like ask somebody to find out where it is. And this is exactly what that is. And at the very least, the first 2 shows were fueled by nitrous.
Yeah. Fair enough.
That's so cool.
So where were we?
It's like the kind of thing that just couldn't happen on the East Coast because like LA is so spread out, you can get away with something like that for a little while. Every East Coast city is too compact where like the first bonfire and it's done within 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Well,
somebody
what I heard about that show is that they actually like brought out generators to power the band.
Yeah,
so
totally.
that nobody could cut their power.
Yeah, totally.
So that helps too.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, at least like 2 or 3 bands played before the cops even figured out what was going on. If you were to do that in like Buffalo or New York or Philadelphia, like maybe 1 band would get off before the cops figured it out.
Yeah.
Did any of you ever go to any of the shows in the Rochester subway?
No.
What?
So, Rochester, New York has a shutdown subway.
Right.
It's like it got shut down 50 years ago or whatever. And I mean, I've been down there a bunch of times, just like messing around, you know, checking out different spots, and like you can go into different stations and stuff like that. I understand they've since shut it down, but a few times they drove a truck down in there with a generator in it, and they had shows in the old subway in the tunnel, and it was like a mile in either direction before you could go up to the ground. Nobody fucked with them. There were no issues.
Probably no one knew about it.
It was fucking wild.
So how did they shut that down? Like, how do you not do that again? Right?
Well, I think that they just, I think that they closed off the entrances because, so they actually got rid of most of the subway. There was a stretch under downtown that they couldn't really get rid of. And also a lot of homeless people were living in there and stuff like that. So they wanted to get rid of it. So I understand that they actually like walled off the ends, but it's, maybe you can still get in there and it's just harder now, but it was really fucking cool.
So you've seen shows there?
Yeah, I mean, and for one of them, I was. They had these like, they had this, this ironwork that was going up to support the ceiling, and I climbed like 25 feet up in the air, and I was just watching the whole set from up there. And then somebody took a giant firework, like the kind that you would drop into a tube, like a mortar that you would drop into a tube to shoot off that like looks like professional fireworks.
Yeah.
And just lit it and threw it. And it sounded like a concussion grenade went off in there, and I almost fell off the ironwork that I was climbed up on. It was fucked up.
It's messed up, bro.
But it was
That's
awesome.
dope.
I saw 2 shows down there, but it was really cool.
Did anyone like big play down there?
Not that I know of.
So no one I would have heard of or known about.
I didn't go to either of the shows that I went to down there in order to see any band in particular. I just kind of went to I went because like the vibe was cool, like the atmosphere was really cool.
Okay. Cool. Great. Awesome. Let's keep it moving. So let's talk about a topic. What do we want to talk about? So each of you guys name your favorite Buffalo hardcore bands. Like one. Favorite of all time.
One current, one deceased.
Yeah, do that. No pressure.
I like Slush Fund.
Really?
Yeah.
That's your choice?
Yeah. Yeah.
I never saw Slush Fund.
I
did.
think you did. I think you did see Slush Fund. I feel like Slush Fund played Mercury. And I feel like, what was the band that the kid that was in Terror that went on to be in First Blood? What was the band he was in? Wasn't he in Slush Fund?
No, that was Fist of Fury.
Yeah, Fist of Fury, yeah.
No, there was another one. I'm pretty sure you saw Slush Fund at Mercury Theater because I feel like they did a Dag Nasty cover and I like cleared the floor.
That's
And then-
counterclockwise.
Was that counterclockwise?
Yeah.
Oh. All I care really about is Dag Nasty.
All I remember was I cleared the floor and it was a Dag Nasty.
It was Dag
cover.
Nasty, like no one expects it.
Yeah,
Slush
so
Fund was Cax band.
yeah.
Oh,
I think I remember
okay.
seeing them.
I still
Yeah, I
think
saw
the
them a
song-
few times.
Yeah. I remember there was a magazine that it was like there was an article. Remember that magazine, Flavor Magazine?
Yeah.
So they had like an article about them, about how Slush Fund was like the second biggest all ages draw in Buffalo to like Snapcase.
Really?
Whenever, yeah, it's what the article said. I don't know if they were, but I remember
So-
that article.
I wonder if it was written by the same guy who always used to bash Union. Because one of those guys that wrote for that used to bash on like Union and a couple other bands.
I don't know.
I pulled a Nick.
So Flavor was who did Flavor Magazine?
It was, if I'm remembering correctly, it was the I want to say the predecessor to Smash.
I thought Bob Muscle was involved somehow. with
Yeah,
Flavor Magazine.
I think he owned or ran Flavor, and then everybody that did Smash, if that was the name, got mad at him and jumped ship, or something happened and they jumped ship.
Yeah,
And the guy Dan from Mercury had something to do with both.
Mercury Dan.
Yeah, he had something to do with both.
Yeah. So where were we with that? Okay, Slush Fund.
Slush Fund.
Who's your favorite current band, Ty?
Shit. I don't know. I don't know who's current anymore. We've been in pause for almost 2 years.
As of February 2020.
I don't know. Probably one with Jeffers in it.
So all of them then.
So you like every band.
Every
All the
band.
Buffalo bands.
Jeffers is the scene.
It seems like it.
But you other guys, come on, give me favorite classic, like all-time Buffalo bands, favorite like current bands.
Well, I tell you what, for me, I mean, it's just only because when I was living in St. Louis, I was probably like a junior-ish or so. I picked up that Snapcase 7-inch
Yeah,
when Daryl was playing bass and they had a different lead singer.
yeah,
And it had that poster in there. Remember that? Pulled that out. I was like, it's fucking amazing.
yeah.
And in St. Louis, we had the best record shop. It's called Vintage Vinyl. It's like classic, they say. So I picked that up, and I went through this stage where I would write like record companies. And they'd send me stickers. So I went through this thing. So I actually called, really random, but like I called Snapcase up, and I think Daryl answered, and I was like, "Yeah, if you guys come into town, or whatever." So I just really like was a kid, a junior, sophomore, junior, or whatever, and I just loved Snapcase. And I remember, wasn't Zero Tolerance from Buffalo too?
Yes.
Yeah. So Zero Tolerance came to St. Louis,
Yeah.
and they fucking destroyed this place. Like I remember the guitarist had a wireless on his guitar, and he was running around the fucking club, just you ready to fucking do? I mean, it was like I was like, holy shit, because I had grown up in Buffalo. I was a kid, and I left, and I was like, this is Buffalo hardcore. This is amazing. So I just being from Buffalo and seeing, I was so proud of Buffalo, you know, even though I had no context of Buffalo hardcore, being 15, 16, 17 years old. So I think those two were probably the biggest one for me.
So who was big in St. Louis when you were growing up?
So Ultraman is a big band. Have you ever heard of Ultraman before? You should check them out. They're awesome. They were on Red Archives record label. Remember Red Archives? We were on them. They did a killer tour with Sam I Am.
Yeah.
Which is great. So Sam I Am came in town. They opened up for them. They were just that St. Louis band that just opened up for everybody. They're probably like a good 5, 6, 7 years older now, so they were established and they kind of created the scene. But there was great bands in St. Louis because Chicago was, less than 2 hours away, hour and a half. So we were always kind of like the stopover. But then we had like Split Lip and all those guys from like Kentucky, and then Face Value from Cleveland would come. Do you guys remember Face Value?
Yeah, of course.
I remember lead singer was like, he got done with the show. He's like, "Hey, we need a place to stay before you guys leave. Can we stay at your house?" Like, Tony, it was just like, we're a bunch of kids going, we still live with our parents. So they would. it was great. So Face Value would always come, or not always come. That's a lie. They probably were there like once or twice. But we had a really good scene. Yeah, good shows.
Yeah.
The current band, I mean, not to sound ridiculous, but I'm a huge fan of, especially Old Ghost, what you guys just put out not too long ago. I've been actually listening to that quite a bit. So,
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What about you, Nick?
I mean, I hate that Alex sort of stole my get, but I gotta say Snapcase too, because I mean, I'm not from here. I mean, it's like Snapcase or ETID. Slugfest is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Honestly, pretty much everything's before my time except for ETID, right? But I really do enjoy Snapcase. I was really happy to see them when they played. I don't know, it was a couple of years ago at Town Ballroom there. That was cool. So yeah, I really like Snapcase. Modern day, I don't know. What did you say, Alex, when you said not to be ridiculous? Because it sort of cut out.
Old Ghost,
Because you know what, dude?
right next to Derek
I
on the
knew you were
screen.
gonna say Old Ghost, and that's exactly what I'd say too. Yep,
Yeah.
Absolutely. I like Juggernaut a lot. I think Juggernaut's cool. Are they still playing?
I think so. Although
Yeah,
Jeffers can't. I don't think Jeffers can really do anything right now because he cannot get vaccinated.
Why?
Some
He had a bad reaction to a different vaccine previously, so he's considered to be very high risk for the COVID vaccine.
Oh.
So his doctor is not comfortable with him taking the mRNA vaccines, and the research isn't really conclusive on the viral vector vaccines. So he's not sure at this point when he can get it.
Plus, he has a mohawk.
I saw his devil lock. Mike, I don't know if you're still watching, but I saw your devil lock, and I feel like that's vaccine proof. So I don't know what to tell you.
That creates a force field around him.
Yeah, like no needle is coming in unless it's got the H in it.
Great.
It blocks out all good things. No reaction, so he must not be watching.
I'm sure Jeffers is.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. Always got to rely on Jeffers.
Always.
So, where else do we want to go with this? What else we got to talk about?
What else do we have to talk about?
Did you guys watch that Army of the Dead movie?
Yes.
Dude, I heard that it was cool, and I looked it up, and I was like, oh, it's only playing in one theater. That's fucking weird. So I went and paid $9 to go see a matinee showing of it, and then 2 seconds into the movie, I just see a giant Netflix logo, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, you're an idiot, but, keep talking.
Yeah.
But this isn't about you. Anybody else see it?
I have not.
I did.
No.
What did you think of it, Tyler?
It is not a zombie movie. I bought into it as it's a zombie movie, and it really I'm not considering it one. It was different. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I liked it because it was a movie, but I'm on the fence as to whether I say it was great and like definitely go see it.
Where are you going with that, Chris?
Well,
do you
well,
think?
it's just something to talk about. I enjoyed it. I agree that it's not a zombie movie; it's more of a plague movie.
It's a straight up heist movie.
Well,
A
and
heist
it's also a heist movie. It's like a heist movie set in a plague movie, pretending to be a zombie movie.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
spoilers, all right? No spoilers.
No spoilers.
It makes me want to watch it. I tell you that.
So it's on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. I enjoyed it. Like I was expecting it to be. I mean, a lot of people were like, "This is so good," so I was like, "All right, it's gonna suck" because people are dumb.
You know
But
what
I
movie
actually
sucks?
enjoyed it.
Sorry. You know what movie sucks?
It's dumb, but it was fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. It was fun, but it just I went into it expecting a zombie movie and I was let down massively, I felt like.
Yeah, it was
Also,
definitely.
Zack Snyder fucking hates editors.
Oh, yeah. Did he make that
There
movie?
was no reason
Yeah.
for that to be 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 hours. Yeah, 2.5. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
As I was saying, that movie, I think Those Who Want Us Dead. Have anyone seen that movie?
No, never even heard of it.
Yes.
The movie with Angelina Jolie. She's a firefighter. It's bad.
It's a straight up like 1996 action thriller.
Pretty much.
That
But-
85-pound Angela Jolie is in. Yeah, no thanks.
It's like
I thought it was fine. It was definitely not remarkable.
you didn't even
I
find
could-
out what the issue was, like why they were chasing down people.
Yeah,
Like, why
it's-
was Tyler Perry? I could have been a Tyler Perry character in that movie.
because they spent all the money to get her into it and not the script, and like that's no. I'm really bummed that she's in the Eternals movie when it comes out because I feel like when you get a big name like that, the money always comes out of the script. So like big paycheck for her, big paycheck for the special effects. The script is probably not going to be very good.
Yeah, it could have been a lot better, but whatever.
Chloe Zhao is directing that, so it's got the benefit of the doubt for me.
So what else has Chloe Zhao directed?
Well, she just won Best Director. She was the second woman ever to win Best Director at the Oscars for Nomadland. And
let's talk about Nomadland. I haven't seen it. My dad doesn't like it, so that's all I'm saying. Gordon Senior doesn't like it.
Your dad is incorrect. It's fucking great.
Gordon Senior does not like it.
What was it about it that he did not like without you having seen it? And did anyone besides Alex see it, or is this just kind of a moot point?
He just thought it was uninteresting.
I have not seen it.
I don't even think I've heard of it.
It just won Best Picture. It's showing in some theaters, but it's also free on Hulu.
Yeah.
But it's like Frances McDormand is the lead, and essentially she plays a 60-year-old widow who she's like, she chooses to live in a van and she travels for work.
So she's playing herself again.
But
she's always playing that. Some derivative of that character.
Yeah, I don't know that that's right, but I mean, I think that woman's a treasure.
Yeah,
What kind of treasure?
One person's trash is another's treasure.
Damn. Who would have ever thought she would come up in our podcast? Frances McDormand.
But I think it's excellent.
Okay.
It's basically there are some problems that I have with it, such as the fact that she works for Amazon in big bunch of the movie, like doing seasonal work for them, and it kind of paints them in more positive of a light than most people think is fair. Most people who have real insight on
did Amazon pay for that movie? Because they make movies.
Amazon gave them access to Amazon facilities and like using the Amazon logo on buildings, so they at least signed off.
That's why they painted Amazon in a favorable fashion instead of reality.
Instead of I have to piss in a jug while I'm working. But yeah, I mean it's it's an interesting look at a side of life in America that most of us don't see. And I think that it's beautifully shot, very well acted, very well directed. Whether
Hold on a
it's the
second.
most fun movie in the world is a different thing.
It's all of the above. It's all of the above.
Always count on
It's fair.
Kelly. So
Fair
I
point.
saw Spiral, which I thought was good. Anyone see Spiral? Man,
So
I
even though-
saw Mark seeing Spiral.
yes.
I actually walked into the theater and bumped into Mark while I was on my way in and he was on his way out.
So
I
my
think we were-
question,
Sorry, go
question
on.
for that is, Mark, you live like in the South Towns, don't you?
I do.
And you live in Buffalo. What the fuck theater were you both at, and why?
It was out by Mark. It was the one by McKinley Mall, the Quaker Crossing Regal, because I
Are you
planned on
banned from
going to
Buffalo
see
movie
something.
theaters?
What's that?
Are you banned from Buffalo movie theaters? Like, why would you go there?
I meant to go to Galleria earlier, and like that's because I just really don't like the Elmwood Theater. But I wanted to go to Galleria, and then I needed to take care of some stuff around the house with Sarah. So my timeline got bumped, and Quaker Crossing had the Quaker Crossing had the latest showings.
And he had seen this movie for the second time. He drove out to Orchard Park to see a movie for the second time by himself.
Yeah.
That's
Nobody.
dedication.
Who are you avoiding? Like, who's looking for you?
Dude, I got the all you can party movie pass from Regal,
Is it only
And
good in
I-
Orchard Park?
and I didn't have anything else to do. What do you want from me? I'm not going to pretend that my schedule is super packed.
I mean, that's fair, but like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go drive 45 minutes to Orchard Park and go see a movie I've already seen.
Movie fucking rules. No, nobody. Have you seen it?
I don't even know what movie we're talking about.
It's called Nobody. Bob Odenkirk. It's like he plays like a. It's like a weird mashup of fucking John Wick and Home Alone, but it's way better than that sounds.
I don't know about
I
that.
hope so.
man.
Like, I hope so.
It's fucking awesome.
You guys are like some cinephiles, man. I haven't watched a movie in so long.
Right?
Yeah, I don't even really watch that much. Like, if it's not on Netflix right now, I'm probably not watching it, or like Disney Plus or something. Like, so that's a good question. What are people watching right now? And then maybe we could talk about that if it's something that like more than one of us has seen.
I watch on TV or like in movies.
Either way.
90 Day Fiance, buddy.
Oh my god, let me bring Sarah in here.
Come on, man.
Highly underrated. Highly underrated.
So
There we go.
Of course.
There we go.
what are you guys gonna do for your next singer?
Shocker.
Yeah. Now that you're dumping Mark because he watches 90 Day Fiance, what's your next singer gonna be?
Highly underrated.
Yo.
I mean, it's pure entertainment. I gotta give you that, dude. It's pure entertainment.
But anyway, I watch all the Dick Wolf shows. I watch FBI. I watch Law and Order. I watch Chicago Fire, PD, and Med. So
Man, you were like
all Dick Wolf shows.
paying Dick Wolf's bills.
Hey, Dick Wolf's a great American producer.
He has a
So,
new show coming.
Going down the road of what we're watching on TV, I want to know how Derek's obsession came to be.
Yeah, what do you keep posting about?
Yeah, what's your obsession?
Oak Island?
What is
Oh,
that?
oh, really, dude? Every week they break a promise that they can't keep.
I know it. That's why I keep on watching.
After the first season, they clearly don't know what they're doing.
What are you guys talking about?
They're like
Oak
treasure
Island.
hunters on an island, and they don't find anything, and they're like
Oak
6
Island
seasons
is
deep. Oh, like the
fucking
same
cool as
island.
shit.
I
The
kinda-
island
I
itself is
kinda
cool,
grown
the show sucks.
frustrated with it.
Show
What are
sucks.
they digging up?
What's that?
What are they digging up?
Oh, they're trying to find this hidden Templar treasure on Oak Island that was buried there.
I think Kelly watches that.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
But you watch it.
I look forward to your updates every week, Derek.
I feel like they're full of
Post about it.
disappointment.
The show.
The guy who doesn't have time to watch a movie can watch Oak Island like clockwork.
Everyone has their vice.
Dude, I've been watching I started just about an hour ago. I started watching the Nickelodeon documentary on Hulu, which is pretty cool. You guys should check that out.
You know what's pretty cool? That there's a documentary about the New York Mafia that was on either Netflix or Hulu, which was good. It's like 3 parts. It was pretty good.
New York City. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I haven't watched that, but started watching the Son of Sam one.
Yeah, Kelly watched that too, and she said it was pretty good.
Yeah, we're at the point where it's talking about like trying to make a connection to Charles Manson, but haven't had time to come back to it yet.
Yeah, I saw those bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen that part yet, but I feel it's a reach, but we'll see how I feel about it after I see it.
Yeah.
I'm watching a Swedish miniseries on HBO Max about some crazy ass cult murder.
Yeah.
Pray, Obey, Love, I think.
As opposed to the logical cult murders.
Well, yeah, it's like one of the most sensational crime cases in modern Swedish history. It's pretty interesting.
Cool.
You guys are all so
Yeah.
cultured. I'm like literally watching YouTube like car crash videos, like guys with supercars smashing them.
Yo.
Or like this one dude who like raises ants. That's what I watch.
I didn't say what I was watching yet, but
Yo, do you watch Tesla Cam? You know what that is?
no.
There's a Tesla Cam like channel where, because Teslas have all sorts of like cameras on them, so they pick up all these crazy like accidents and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's like called Tesla Cam or something. But anyway, if you're into that.
I love watching that. Road rage videos are freaking hilarious. People driving badly. Like they're all Canadian.
No, get out of here. Get out of here.
I've been on that QEW.
You know what? None of the Buffalo people could fucking drive on the QEW. That's the problem.
That's because of all the fucking Canadians on it.
Well,
You don't
no, they
understand
were
the
good.
idea
You
of
get from
staying
point
right
A to
and stuff
B.
to pass.
Jesus, man.
You get going, man. You know, we got to get somewhere.
There's no reason for the
kilometers.
QEW.
Nobody
to be
knows what it is, so they
backed
just
up
drive.
right into Niagara.
Craziness. Have you been over the border, Nick?
What's up?
Have you been over the border?
No,
Lately?
so it's been over a year, and I haven't, seen my family. My kid hasn't seen her grandparents. No, because it's like, dude, I go over there and I gotta fucking wait 2 weeks to do anything. I gotta work. I can't do that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you have to like, if you go over there, you have to like quarantine in a hotel for 2 weeks or
Still
something.
quarantine. Yeah, there's like a whole hotel deal where you gotta pay them to stay in a hotel. It's like a minimum charge of $3,000. Yeah, no, people are flipping out about it. But today, man, I was there. I'm a tour guide in the falls for those of you that didn't know. Today I'm there, and fucking people are crawling all over the gorge. So I don't know what's going on over there because they're in lockdown.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird. It's really weird.
Hopefully it eases up a little bit now that Canada's actually distributing vaccines.
Well, so that's the thing is they're distributing, but the way they're distributing vaccines is shit. Like when I got mine, like you guys did, it's like 2 weeks, you come back here, you get your vaccine, that's that. But they're like, okay, you can register and then we'll call you when you can get it. And they call you and they're like, can you show up? Then you show up and they're like, okay, we'll call you when you can get the second one. It'll be anytime in the next 4 months. So they're starting to distribute them and they're concentrating on, bad areas, but it's not, I hate to say it as a proud Canadian, but they're actually less organized than fucking America about it.
Yeah, it's pretty surprising.
It is.
Well, we have a grown-up now.
Yeah.
Well, but the other guy that we had, like he put money towards this, but he decided that he was going to disavow it, even though he, put money towards it, which is freaking ridiculous,
Gotta keep your fans happy.
Yeah.
Oh, 11'8" is my favorite.
Oh.
Yes. Best bridge ever. Yes.
This is awesome. But anyway, go on about vaccines in Canada and stuff. And where were we?
No, I want to go on now about driving a bus because people are fucking idiots. Oh my God, that's great.
Have you watched this?
Canadian friends that I talk to every day, and they're basically at a point where every single one of them lives in an urban postal code, so they all have access to it, and they've all gotten their first shot at least.
Yeah.
Well, and
So
that
that's
is true. Like the cities, they are getting the first shot and everything. It's definitely getting there. I'm making it sound worse than it is. My family moved to the sticks, so that's.
But you still can't even buy. You can't even buy certain things at Walmart now and stuff. I've heard.
Yeah. So we had that here when Walmart was sort of shut off. Oh my God. When Walmart was sort of shut off, you couldn't get stuff, but that was for a week here.
Yeah, they still can't go into restaurants, eat in restaurants, or anything like that.
That's correct. Yeah.
So it kind of sucks over there, but this is pretty good. 11'8".
Yeah.
I discovered this the other day.
Yeah. Well, I've seen dudes at the Grand Island Bridge, where the Scenic Parkway goes under Grand Island Bridge and North Bridge. I've seen dudes waiting there fuck, I'm not going to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't seen anyone capped by it yet. But yeah, no, this is good. This
one's awesome. He's like, I can make it.
Yeah.
I haven't heard Mark laugh like this in a long time.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they can't raise it and they can't lower the road surface. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a bridge like that in the city of Colorado.
What, on Yonge Street?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's still listed. It's still listed on GPS for truckers or something like that. And
Right.
It's owned by the train company or they can't raise the bridge, but they can't lower the road.
Yeah.
The junkyard that's there, or auto parts place, whatever it is, has a camera pointed right at the bridge, and they just catch trucks every couple months just slamming into it.
It's craziness.
It's kind of impressive that happened that many times and the bridge didn't fall.
Right?
It's well made.
Good engineering.
Yeah.
Must have been
well made.
You're also
definitely in
the
top bridges in the country as far as that goes. They're all fucking falling apart.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep, you Americans. Ty, give you a little dig there. In Canada, all of our bridges work.
Hey, America, fuck yeah.
This place fucking sucks.
No way, man.
A Canadian once told me that the population of Canada is equal to the population of Mexico City.
It is. Yeah, 30 million people. Yeah, that's correct.
That's insane. Don't take this the wrong way, but we should make you the 51st state and break you into 10 pieces in 5 national parks.
Here's the thing about Canada, too. It's the second biggest country in the world by landmass, but over 90% of their population is within 100 miles of the 100 miles of the border.
Nice.
Yeah,
No,
because when you get past a certain point,
I know that figure, and it's kilometers and not miles.
Oh, it's 100
worse.
kilometers.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, which is even worse. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, it's fucking uninhabitable, man. I mean, here we are in Buffalo. It's uninhabitable most of the country,
Yeah,
but
Canada only has that much landmass because no one else wants it.
Yeah.
That's not true. That's where most of their actual resources are.
Yeah, but nobody else wants to deal with
tar
it.
sands and stuff. Yeah, Fort McMurray. Yeah. Yep.
I got a friend who works at Fort McMurray.
Yeah, Fort McMurray it's an anomaly. It is a crazy place. Yeah.
Yeah, my friend lives in Edmonton, and he does 1 week on, 1 week off, and he flies back and forth between Edmonton and Fort McMurray to work. To work in the fields up there.
Yeah. The thing is about the oil sands is like Canada's sort of fucked because that's our one big resource, and it's so costly to get the oil out of the sand and everything, and it's gonna fall apart.
Well, that's why the Canadian dollar tanked for a long time because the price of oil is based on when you see the price of oil stated per barrel, it's actually for sweet Texas crude, which is like the most refined oil coming out of the earth.
Right.
But then you have all these different grades as they go down, and that Canadian oil, much like Venezuelan oil and other places, it needs so much refinement as it comes out of the ground to actually be usable that it becomes prohibitively expensive.
You're absolutely right. Yep.
All right, we're going from movies to oil and the car crashes.
Just watching car crashes while talking about all this.
I saw a real cool car crash recently.
Yeah.
It was a couple of months ago at this point, but I was driving down Parkside, and somebody was clearly texting while driving.
Yeah.
They were driving northbound. I was driving southbound, and they were clearly texting while driving and just like veered over to the right and just absolutely fucking demolished a parked car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just full speed, no attempt to stop, just blasted into the ass end of the parked car.
Yeah.
It was ugly, but I mean, the person got out and was okay. It just looked like real flustered. Hopefully, learned a lesson.
Shit.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
We can only hope. So, let's see here. Let's you got anything else, Chris?
I don't know. I'm just so like enraptured in car crashes.
It does that, man. It pulls you right in.
It does. It's ridiculous.
Okay, we'll watch this last car crash video. All right, one more car. This guy driving. Uh-oh, here it comes.
Wow. Wow.
Damn. There might be another angle. Well, Teslas have all sorts of cameras on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. Here's another angle. Here he comes. Boom.
Jesus.
And that guy's like, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy. See,
all right.
The Battered Bastards of Baseball on Netflix.
What's that?
Did anyone see the documentary Battered Bastards of Baseball?
No.
Yeah, I saw that when it came out a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's pretty old, but it's definitely worth watching. If you,
what's it about?
It's about a independent baseball team that was in Portland that was ran by what the hell is his name? Alex, do you remember the guy's name? Bing.
I don't. I watch too much stuff to the point that I don't retain as much as I would like anymore.
Yeah, Bing Russell was his name. He's Kurt Russell's dad. He owned this minor league baseball team, independent, and like he got a bunch of like failed MLB players to get on his team, so he could just like beat all the minor league teams that were affiliated with the major league teams, and they went pretty far and almost won a championship. It's pretty cool. Definitely worth checking out. It's like a bunch of like misfit baseball players, just kicking ass in the minor league.
Interesting.
Yeah, Kurt Russell was on the team too.
If you don't have enough time to watch that, you could just watch the Simpsons episode when Mr. Burns gets like Darryl Strawberry and Don Mattingly and everybody for the power plant softball tournament.
Right.
Same
Yeah.
thing.
Same deal.
Yeah.
Manly, shave those sideburns.
Save those sideburns, hippie.
Oh,
Oh man.
The Simpsons.
So anyway,
Hardcore?
sort of.
Uh,
So who do you guys think we should have on this podcast that maybe we haven't had on that would give some nice content? Like, who should we talk to in Buffalo? Who is, that we haven't talked to, may not thought of talking to? Who?
I don't know. Did you guys talk to Brett Bureau?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to our podcast, all right?
I mean, that's yeah.
Uh,
Sorry, buddy. Man, my bad.
NCS.
what about Jordan? Have you had Jordan on yet?
Jordan.
Jeffers. You're talking about Jordan
Yeah.
from Juggernaut?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with Jeffers.
Someone listens to our podcast, man.
I told you I don't retain information. Literally like a goldfish. Every
I love how
time
you're in the
come
bottom
around
corner
the
here.
castle, it's brand new.
Anyway.
I know it's not hardcore, but maybe you guys should get someone from the Quakes on.
We had talked about that once. Yeah, we had talked about that once. I'll now that's in my mind, I'll reach out to Rob Peltier and see how he would feel about that. Because I don't know if the Quakes are still going. I don't know if he's still involved with it, but he was for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you tried hitting up talking to John Moran?
John Moran.
Oh, from Teamster.
Yeah, from Teamster.
Oh,
No.
yeah, from he's in his new band. What the hell is his new band? World
I
on
forget
Fire.
their name. Oh yeah.
What is it? Oh, World on Fire?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
that
no.
who else is in that band?
Newman, Tim Fletcher, Dan Cross Viola.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's where I knew that name from.
And Matt K. I don't know what his last name is. But he
Okay.
was in a few other bands too.
Okay.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. That is good.
If
Who
only
do
we
we
knew any of them.
So did we talk about who's next week on the regular podcast?
No, because did
But
we
we were-
finalize that?
We're still finalizing that?
Did we?
I thought it was a union.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put the union in audio form?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the holiday weekend.
Yeah.
Then after that is that's the big one.
Yeah.
Should we say who it is? Should we tease it for the couple people
For the
listening live?
3 people listening, yeah.
Who is it?
Robbie Takak.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, we're gonna have him on telling some great stories about the Goo Goo Dolls and my favorite was Goo Goo Dolls and Bad Brains. So
Yeah.
there's some
It
good
was
stories
such a
in
good
there.
story, and people are gonna be like, "That didn't happen."
I'm sure it did though.
Oh, I'm
Who
sure
would do
it did.
that?
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to that. So we're working on a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're good. I think we can wrap it up.
No doubt.
Yeah, I got to work in the morning, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
It was nice meeting you guys because I don't think I've met any of you before.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I came in late. I had issues happening.
How is it that Chris was 20 minutes later than me and I caught hell and he completely skated?
Because Chris is the podcast. What do you like?
Oh, wait, I wouldn't say that I'm the podcast. I'm just fucking me.
You're the idea man. You get breaks.
Yeah.
You're the genesis of this. You're the embryo.
I am the
My
Alpha and
Wi-Fi
the
was acting
Omega.
up. I was 38 seconds late. And Mark's like, what the fuck?
I legitimately thought I was 5 minutes late till I looked at the clock on the. He was like, "Oh shit, it's like 20 after."
All these guys were here early. The only one person's ever been here as early as these guys. That was Johnny Chow. He was here like super early when he came on. So
Professionals.
I'm glad you guys were on time and all that good stuff. So that's cool.
Yeah. When can we expect like a new holdout recording?
Ask Mark. Ask Mark next week. Ask Mark every time you see him.
Soon.
Putting it all on Mark.
Every podcast episode from here on out starts with, today we got blah blah blah. So Mark, when you recording? When's that happening?
Exactly. Do that for me.
Do that.
Yeah,
I think we'll have something done by the end of the summer.
I think
If
so
not
too.
before. If not before.
Did you book time for it yet?
Oh, we probably should do that, right? But we got to make sure I'm ready.
Mark,
Get
you
ready.
you
We'll
set
talk.
the deadline for yourself so that you absolutely have to get it done.
That doesn't work though for me. But we'll talk on Thursday about that.
We'll talk. Yeah.
Let's talk on Thursday about that.
Yeah. We can have a live band meeting with these guys.
We'll go live every Thursday.
Yeah.
Just talk about dumb shit.
Well, then
Dude,
you'll
it'd be
hear
like-
something from Holdout. Then you'll be able to hear
Yeah.
something.
It'll be like the old BNY radio show. Have a band play, some idiots talk about some dumb shit.
Has
Great.
anyone done a hardcore show since Farside? Has there been a hardcore show? Yeah. I feel like there hasn't been one, but whatever.
So that's like 20 years?
Yeah, not one that I can remember.
Yeah.
Wow, it's crazy.
I couldn't tell you the last time that I listened to the radio.
No,
That's
but
the
I mean,
radio
it's
every
like-
day, man.
So I
It's
couldn't
just-
tell you.
Me too.
It's just crazy that like there's a whole potentially 2 or 3 generations of Buffalo hardcore kids who didn't have BNY to like find out what was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that blows my
Counterpoint:
mind.
all the generations before them had had no direct access to like Spotify and Bandcamp and
Yep.
tracking down every
Yeah.
single thing in the world.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, well. So now we
I
have
wonder if we even
podcasts.
really have people listen to it.
Yeah.
I think like I don't there's somebody really who moved to New York, Davin, who does a podcast radio show that comes out like every couple of weeks, and she does 10 songs, but she does it like a radio show.
Yeah.
I think if somebody did a BNY-esque thing like that, I think like the first couple of months probably wouldn't have anybody, but as it was consistent, more people would probably get into it.
I
Wasn't
got an
Bill Gates
idea.
doing something like that?
I got an idea when we get off the air.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that.
All right.
So let's get off the air.
Hey, thanks for checking it out.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks for
Yes,
having
thanks,
us, guys.
Kelly and Mike.
Kelly and Mike.
I feel like there was somebody else in there.
Thank you
Nope,
guys.
that's it.
Probably Larry. I didn't look, but maybe Larry.
Yeah,
All right.
anybody who checked it out, thank you.
All right. Good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. Thanks.